All right, so we're going to talk about the major scale, and the intervals are going to come into play here that we talked about in the other tutorial, the intervals. If you haven't seen that, that's okay. I'll try and explain it as best I can together. So the major scale, you already know this. It's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You've heard this your whole life. So deep down inside, you know what it's supposed to sound like. That will help you when you're trying to play these intervals correctly. If you play the wrong interval, or an interval that is not the major scale, your ear will notice. Let's talk about the intervals of the major scale. So we're in the key of C, which has no sharps or flats. And that's why I like to use it to show the major scale the first time. C to D is an interval of one whole step. Because we have something in between C and D, we have C sharp or D flat. So that's an interval of one whole step, and that is the first step in a major scale, one whole step. After that, there is another whole step. So from C to D to E, which on the guitar, you have to go from one string to another string to get to this E. C to D to E is one whole step and another whole step. So we have two whole steps. But what happens next? C, D, E, F, and that's a half step. Why? Because there is no note on the keyboard or on the guitar or anywhere else in between E and F. They're always a half step apart. They always will be. C, D, E, F. Right? C, D, E, F, G. F and G are a whole step apart. So we've gone a whole step, a half step, a whole step. Keep track. Now we're going to go another whole step from G to A. And another whole step from A to B. And a half step from B to C, because B and C are always a half step apart. So in total, we have a whole step, a whole step, a half step, a whole step, a whole step, a whole step, a half step. How are you going to remember that? I always like to think of it as, think of any two round things that you like. It can be a baseball, it can be a birthday cake, it can be a bicycle tire, it doesn't matter. There are two of those, whole, then half of one of those, then three of those, and another half. So you have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, or two circles and a half, three more circles, and the other half. Right? Now, in the key of C, E and F, and B and C just happen to be that way in the intervals. So if you go to other keys, you might get confused later on, but you can always come back to C to check your intervals. Right, B and C, E and F, B and C, okay, I got it, right? So use the key of C in general and the C major scale as sort of your center of the musical universe. From here, everything else works the same way. So now you should understand the components of C major. The intervals you need to take, two whole, one half, three whole, and another half.